All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, we're going to give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chabadash.
And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach where we learned this truth from. And peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe in this truth and sincerity. We are a few of the brothers from the GMS Cleveland branch. Back to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this be an edifying live church, an edifying camp. And as always, we prophesy the downfall of America, which is also known as Babylon the Great, according to the Holy Scriptures. But before this place can be destroyed, the Lord, He will wake up the elect of the nation of Israel, who was once dead, who was once ignorant, to knowing our true heritage, and in us knowing our true heritage, we also know who our enemies are. But brother, go open up to Isaiah 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
So it says it shall come to pass in that day. Talk about in the end of the end. Because the end time started 2,000 years ago when our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, when he came in the flesh, he fulfilled certain parts of the scriptures which was written of him to offer up himself as a sacrifice for the forgiveness of sins, and the reconciliation of the nation of Israel. So that started the end times. But now we in the end of the end times, in the midst, what will be happening? Can you read it again, Bible Shai?
Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
It said the remnant of Israel, because the Lord is not dealing with the whole nation. The remnant, the remainder, is a small number in comparison to the rest of the nation.
Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
So those same ones, that small number, would no more stay. To stay upon means to depend on. To lean on somebody for support. Who is we leaning on and depending on? The self-proclaimed white man. In his system he set up in the ways that he pushed out for our people to follow after, the ways of death, not ways of life, but ways of death. We was depending on these things. The Lord will be of the elect, we no longer depend on these things. We depend on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
But shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
In truth, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to win. Because these devils, they like to push out all these different lies and deceive, these lies and deceptions to deceive our people, and that's going to lead our people to destruction. With the elect, they're going to they're going to lean upon the Lord, through this truth, because this is a refuge from the dangers that's to come. They tell you Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. So if you don't got that wisdom and knowledge, if you don't got the truth, then you ain't gonna have no stability. You're gonna be bugged out, and we already see it being manifest. Like what just happened within the past week. We had the solar eclipse. A lot of people, when the sun went dark, a lot of people was bugging out. People were screaming. You also had a lot of judgments here in Cleveland. They found the body during the solar eclipse while the sun was dark. It was a body that was found. So that show you that Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be nothing to play with.
John 8:31, it says, then said Yahweh to those Jews which believed on him, if you continue in my word, then you are my disciples indeed.
Because you can start. You can start in the truth. You can hear the words of Yahweh Shai. You can learn the names, you can call upon them, but you gotta continue. That's why Yahweh Shai said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. To endure to the end means you continue. Once you heard it, you continue. In the face of adversity, throughout various trials and tribulations.
Verse 30. Verse 32, it says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Because going back to what the brother read in Isaiah the 10th chapter, he talking about the remnant, escaping. Because black culture, hip hop, drill rap, and so on and so forth. It is a trap unto our people. Okay, it's likened unto a slavery. It's a mental slavery, because during chattel slavery, our heritage was beat out of us. We was forced to learn the ways that the self-proclaimed white man allowed us to learn, and that became a trap unto our people. The physical chains was took off, but then the mental chains was put on. Matter of fact, can you brother go to that Deuteronomy 28? Where it say the yoke of iron to be destroyed? Because the slavery, our people, just because they ain't got chains on it, they ain't slave no more. But you still is. That's why you got a birth certificate. You got to have a driver license to be able to drive legally and things like this. Why? Because you a slave.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And that's what we see, what we have been seeing taking place over the past hundreds of years. We've been serving our enemies. We got to go to our enemies for the want of all things, whether it be for clothes, okay, whether it be for food, whether it be for water, okay, quote unquote education. For the want of all things, you got to go to a self-proclaimed white man, okay. And it said that he would put a yoke of iron upon you. And if you go to Google, you type in yoke of iron, you go to images, guess who's gonna pop up? A so-called Negro, or a so-called Latino, or a so-called Native American man, okay, showing you that we fulfill those prophecies, not the people over there in the land right now that's calling themselves the people. Okay, it's talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man in America. And it said that yoke of iron will be upon you until he destroy you. Now when you read, it's a book called The Willie Lynch Letter. When you read that, it goes into basically how it was all by design. They designed the destruction, the mental destruction of our people. They knew that after so many generations, our people will become degenerates. Okay, they would become docile, and they would fear the oppressors, and not only that, they would choose the way that the oppressors pushed upon them. But that goes back into that mental bondage, that mental slavery. That's why Yahweh said, keep it again, John 8.
This is John 8, 30, 32. 31, it says, then said Yahweh to those Jews which believe on him, if you continue with my word, then you are my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
For us knowing this truth, that frees us from black culture, that frees us from plantation Christianity, that frees us from Islam. When you see these different rappers, even low-level jakes converting to Islam or saying they atheists, that show you that they still underneath that mental bondage. They still underneath that mental slavery. Why? Because they don't know the truth. It's the truth that's going to make you free.
This is Isaiah 51 and 14. It says the captives exile hasten that he may be loose. We're those captives here over in Babylon. The first way we being loose is the Lord putting the spirit on us to understand these scriptures, and that's what frees us. All right. It says in that he should not die in the pit. All right, over here, this is that pit where we suffer that we don't die over here in Babylon. All right. It says nor that his bread should fail. All right, that bread, all right, this understanding, all right, this truth, our knowledge being increased. All right, and soon we about to be up out of here, and we're gonna have that full measure of the spirit.
This is Job chapter 24, verses 17. It says, for the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. Because we live in a shadow of death, essentially. And that's what the brother's breaking down. It says, if one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. And that's the whole plight of Jacob.
Because if death had a shadow, that would be exactly where we at in America. Because everywhere you look, everywhere you go, it's death following you. You got the chemtrails, the chemicals in the air, you got the chemicals in the food, the soft metals in the clothing, and also the mindset. Hey, listening to fucking rap music and drill music all the damn time. You steady listening to niggas talk about murdering, dealing with each other, women, covetousness. This is all death, because that's what all these things lead to. They tell you that Romans 6 chapter, the wages of sin is death.
You're speaking about the mental bondage that Jake is in. This is Jeremiah 2:14. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? And Jake is spoiled because what they want to assimilate into society, and they don't want to pay. Well, Jake doesn't pay attention to what's really going on in the world, man. Let alone paying attention to how Hashem shine, who the Lord truly is, who the chosen people truly is. You know, so Jake isn't aware of who they are because what they're chasing is the attention and the want to belong in society. You know, which is kind of yeah.
Uncle Shock, you jump out of verse 33 in that chapter?
Kind of. Of course, bro. This is Jeremiah 2:33.
Yeah, kind of.
Jeremiah 2:33 says, "Why trimmest thou way to seek love?"
Because that's what our people do. Okay, like you said, they try to be like Esau, Edom. But in order to be like Esau, Edom, they gotta do certain things behind closed doors, go through different rituals and things like that. So that's gonna trim their ways to seek love from a person that don't even love them.
It says, "Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways."
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Because our people, they learn how to do wickedness, and then they teach Esau, Edom how to do it in the fashion that Jake do. Because everything that Jake do, we do it to a T. You know, he said that we are the salt of the earth, meaning whatever we do, we're gonna have flavor to it, whether it be in righteousness or in wickedness.
In Jeremiah 2:21, that same chapter, it says, "Yeah, I had planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed." You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be a holy people, a set apart people. We're supposed to learn the way of the heathen. So that people weren't supposed to learn the way of the world, nor know their God. You know what I'm saying? But Jake went on and learned all these things. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant?" You know what I'm saying? That's what you see with Jake. You know what I'm saying? The one got a way of understanding, to learn the ways of the wicked. And you know what I'm saying? And now that our deeds, not ours, now Jake, deeds surpass the deeds of the wicked. It says that's how our people are turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me. Now the Most High don't even recognize you because of the deeds and because of the things that you learned of the world. That's why it's important to turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And Lord willing, we be the righteous number, the elect, then to turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So when he come, then we got those unspotted garments and look the way the Most High, so he can recognize who we are. Because 2/3 gonna be destroyed because then it will come with a degenerate plant and of a strange vine. Got it out?
I got the etymology for that word, degenerate. It says, having lost or suffered impairment to the qualities proper to the race or kind.
Ooh, kind.
Which particular qualities that our forefathers used to have, we lost those things. Used to being in America. Like, for example, the man ruling over the woman. The majority of our people, okay, you got a lot of them simping. They okay with being on the same level as the woman, okay? What they call it equality? No, the woman and the man is not equal. They say that the woman is the weaker vessel.
Jake could go along and get along. Jake could say shit like happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A woman is just on a woman like you. You know what I'm saying? Once this came into the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing more wicked than a woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you gonna follow after, or that's what you can coincide with. And that's why you see. That's another reason why you see. Like you said, Jake being that sick ass spirit, that's why you see the world. That's another reason why you see the world in the condition that it's in. Or you're saying, "Well, my mama said this, my mama said that." You got it out.
And it also says, and the brother got at Joe where it say, searching like forefathers. Because it also says to be inferior to one's ancestors, to become unlike one's race or kind, to fall from ancestral quality.
Woo!
Hey, that's how you become estranged. That word estranged is basically fall away.
God, yeah.
Esau did, but you know, Jake now living there. So Job 8.
Right, man.
Job 8:8. It says, For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
And that's the only way we could relearn who we was and how our forefathers was. Would be to inquire, okay, but to seek. How do we seek and search? By going into the scriptures, by reading the history and the different accounts, okay? Because the Bible entails the history of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man, contrary to popular belief.
It says, For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow.
And it said we know nothing. Why? Because we were stripped of it. Okay, and tell you that we'll fall away from the
man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And that's what you see all around the world, man. You know, especially in America. You see dead people walking, man. You know?
The heathen thought it did.
Nah.
Because they never had the word of life. You know? I was just getting the root. But I'm not.
Yeah, and the heathen never got the commandments and the word of life. So guess what? When you shy away from the Lord's commandments, guess what? You become dead. You know? So you're in that same congregation as the heathen, man. You know?
I got a quick one to go to. It said, it's Isaiah chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider. And that names two different animals which don't have no true understanding, but yet they can identify who they belong to. But it said, but Israel does not know, my people does not consider. And our people don't know, neither do they consider, even with the prophets being on the highways and edges, doing videos and letting them know they still not recognizing and acknowledging Yahweh by Shema Shah. The Heavenly Father goes on his God Son to be our creator, to be the one who feeds us and loads us daily with benefits, like the scripture said. But it says in verse 4, sinful nation of people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. And as you see, our people going backwards, especially after hearing this truth, you will see Jake become even more wicked after you tell him that they're Israelite, tell him that they a son of the Most High. You see them get even more wicked. That's them going backwards. Verse 5 in the point, it says, why shall ye be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint.
That's why he has to cut 2/3 of the nation of Israel. He has to get rid of them because they like Dr. Mark said, they philosophize. You got to get rid of them permanently.
Good. For good. Good. Like Father said, man, good for them. Good. That's the only cure for the sickness. The only cure for the sickness is death.
I got a precept for you. This is Sirach chapter 30. This is Sirach chapter 30 in verse 17. It says, death is better than a bitter life. So like death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. And that's what you see. It said the whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. Which is going back to like the elder said, our people, they the walking dead. They literally zombies. You know, they don't have no understanding of the ways of life. Okay, therefore they are sick. But it says it's better to be dead than to be out here walking around sick continually. Okay, or to be living a bitter life. That's why the Lord is about to bring that death. Because ultimately it's out of love.
Yeah, foolishness of preaching. And this us being out here is an extension of the Lord's love. Because it's foolish. He could just save Israel if he wanted to. But he's the scripture said what his mercies endure forever. And that's what this is the Lord's mercy. This is what it is.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
So the day of the Lord, okay, Yahweh Shah wouldn't make his second coming because he gave the disciples signs so that they would know when he was about to return. But one of the signs which he gave unto Apostle Paul was the nation of Israel will fall away. You know, just like the Lord told Jeremiah in the 17th chapter, he says, thou shalt discontinue your heritage. So that's one of the things that will happen before the Lord returns. You know, but what does it talk about when it says a falling away?
This is the word for falling away. It says a falling away affects you apostasy.
Apostasy, when you go into it,
it says apostasy is the former disposition from abandonment of renunciation of a religion by a person. It can also be defined within the broader content of embracing an opinion that is contrary to one's previous religious beliefs. One who undertakes apostasy is known as an apostate. Undertaking apostasy is called apostatizing.
It says something about being contrary to one's, previous beliefs.
Right.
Because now our people, they think it's cool, and they was taught to be eating shrimp, crab, lobster, you know, the bottom feeders of the sea. You got men out here walking around with dresses and weave in their head. That's contrary to our previous beliefs. We wasn't doing that in the ancient land. Now, of course, you had wicked niggas that was doing stuff like that. Now they doing it on a whole nother level and on a broader scale.
Chapter 13. I started at 12. Nope. I started at 10. It's not good. 3 and 10. It says, how happy it Israel that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art like a fool in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. See, the dead is the key. Because when you look at Israel, they, like the brother brought out, they trim it to seek love. They always sought after the nations and their gods. Especially when Israel split as a nation. The northern subjugation to that Jeroboam was the leader, the king of the northern kingdom. We had Rehoboam was king from the southern kingdom, essentially Judah, you know, and then Benjamin. Of course, Levi scattered throughout all the tribes as well. So, you know, you had that. All right, so sorry, I'll lose my train of thought. Root 3 and 11, it says that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hadst walked in the way of the Most High, thou shouldest have dwelt in peace forever. And so then we got the contrary. All right, that's why we in hell, because we didn't choose to live on. You know, and so every time we look at our captivity, every time we look at our situation, we always have to reflect on what we did. It's our fault, and that's why the Lord said, for His sake, He was basically He's going to turn things around for His sake and His sake only, not for ours. You know, because we bear His holy name. You know, how should my name be polluted?
Jeremiah chapter 6, 16. One of the brothers made. It says, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old path. You know what I'm saying? The old path is following up in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Doing as the prophet said. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that the Most High was seen in warning or telling you what to do or how to conduct your life. It says, where is the good way and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. This is how we truly find rest for our souls, is walking in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Like the brother said, understanding why we in this captivity. Understanding it was us that fell away. Understanding that it's our fault. Understanding that we got the embedded indignation of the Most High until He come and plead our cause. You know what I'm saying? Because we're paying for the things that we did wrong in this flesh. It says, but they said we will not walk therein. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High is going to bring the judgment. Because they said they would not walk therein. You know what I'm saying? Showing you that Jake was going to do their own thing. Jake was going to do the abominations of the earth, of the world. Jake was going to live in sin. Jake was going to serve these idols. So when that destruction comes, it's going to be Jake's fault. They earned it. And the Most High said He's going to give reward to every man for everything that he's done, whether it be good or evil, in this flesh.
And it's going to be a lot more Israelites that perish than them that be saved. We're going to grab that 6 chapter. You start at verse, I think, like 11.
This is
Second Acts chapter 9, verse 11. It says, and they that have loved by law.
Start at verse 7.
Second Acts chapter 9 and verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by his faith, whereby ye have believed.
Let's talk about the remnant, the elect. They're the only ones that's going to have the faith. And on top of that, that's going to have the works. I mean, they're going to be doing things to show that they believe. Because you can say you believe, but if your actions not backing up what you're saying, then it's dead. You know, it's of none effect. So the only way to escape is to have the faith and the works whereby you have believed.
Verse 8, it says, shall be preserved from the said
The
perils.
said perils talking about the prophecies, Jacob's trouble, which is yet to come. Jacob's trouble has not passed. Okay, so when people get out here starving to death, you got the truth kicking in, people doze, people neighbors kicking in they doze, people eating their kids. You see all of this taking place, it's gonna be a certain number of Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men that's gonna be preserved because they're gonna be protected from those different dangers.
It says, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders.
You're gonna get beamed up, and eventually you're gonna get placed back in the land. Of course, after they get wiped out, after they get cleansed by fire from all the filthiness that's taking place and all the blood that's been shed over there, but eventually we're gonna go back to that land.
It says, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Nah, because it's a thing of predestination. The Lord said, declaring the end from the beginning, ancient times, the things that are not yet done. The script was already wrote, we just playing it out in real time.
It says, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Nah, so it's a separation. We just read about those that will be delivered, that will be preserved from the said perils. But then, now the Lord is speaking about those that's going to be in a pitiful case. Those that's going to dwell in torments. Those that's going to have to suffer and be victim to the different dangers and judgments that's going to come upon the planet Earth.
He said, dwell in torments. Meaning the torments and the judgments, that's going to be your resting place. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be your resting place. That's where you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? Judgment. Go ahead.
That the brother read a minute ago said that Israel will be in the heathen. I mean, in the pit with the heathen. You know?
We say, though they join hand in hand, they should both fall into a ditch. They should not go. No, Shalakia. He said, though they join hand in hand, they should not go all together unpunished. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see the same judgment that these heathens because you follow and learn their permissive ways. You feel me? You learn the hurtful works of the heathen. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead, you got it.
It's a purging.
Verse 10, it says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Nah, because even the wicked of our people, they receive benefits from Yahweh by Shema Shah.
That's right.
Verse
said that. He said the Most High maketh it rain upon the just and the unjust. So you got wicked niggas that they got benefits from the Lord. They don't acknowledge that. They don't consider that.
Verse 11, it says, and they that have loved my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet the place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Newcomer. Newcomer. Because he said what? He said low. He said while they had liberty. Meaning you got the freedom right now to turn back to Yahweh Shema Shah before all hell break loose. You know what I'm saying? But Jake choosing what? To continue to follow after the ways of the world, to live and follow, to enjoy the pleasures of sin. You understand? Instead of to enter the house of mourning, where repentance is allowed. You feel what I'm saying? It says what? When you go into that word loathe, it says be hateful or displeasing. It says to hate, be disgusted with. See that's what you see with Jake. Jake disgusted and they hate the ways he had by Shema. And that's how you know they hate the Lord. Because the scriptures talk about, he say, he that loves me is he that keeps my commandments. So anybody that ain't keeping the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah, he's showing you that they hate the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah. He said, all they that hate me love death. And guess what? They get ready to find out a lot about death. You feel what I'm saying? In a hurtful way, in a torturous way. You got it, huh?
So that means
I got one real quick. This is Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 11. It reads, but they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Right, talking about Israel, man. Talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Y'all don't want to hear this word. Y'all don't want to hear that you got to stop eating pork. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to hear that you got to stop sleeping with your brother's wife. You know what I'm talking about?
They don't even want to hear that. It's only one true name for the Father and the Son. They don't even want to hear that. There's only one doctrine that's supposed to be taught through the Holy Spirit. They don't even want to hear that. And they said they pulled away the shoulder. That's a sign of disrespect. Here it is, somebody about to walk into the middle of the street. Yeah, they snatching away.
They spiritually do that every time they walk by. The brother just pointed it out. You know, smirking and shaking his head. That's him pulling up.
He understand he just been marked.
Yeah, every time they turn off the video,
Right.
every time they turn off the video, every time they walk by, every time, you know, they see Israel and they don't read, you know.
Yep.
Every time we have a conversation with somebody, it's in their whole spirit, their whole being. That's why they deserve the judgment.
Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 12, it says this.
Zechariah 7 and 12, yeah, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord Yahweh of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts.
And that's when you get the saying hard-headed. It said they made their hearts as an adamant stone. You know, your heart, go back to the Hebrew word live, we just talk about your mind. And the adamant stone, that's a hard-ass rock. So that Jake is hard-headed. And that's why the Lord got to destroy the
And that's the circumcision has to do deals with obedience. That's what the circumcision is all about. It's dealing with the circumcision of the heart is obedience, and that's all the Lord wants. Obedience.
Yep, right.
Yep. That's all the Lord. It's obedience. That's all the Lord wants. And I was reading Josiah, man, King Josiah. You know, that ex-brothers, man, it's like when King Josiah, different than all his fathers, all the kings that came before him.
He destroyed all the altars and things like that, the pagan ones.
Yeah. And so the Lord was highly pleased with him. That's why he was celebrated the way he is. Because he did, you still have righteous kings, but they didn't take down those altars. You see, that's a consistent stumbling block for Jacob. You know, so they were still worshiping idols, even though you had a righteous people. You know.
Yeah, that's Jacob today. We call the Babylonian Israelites. You know, because when Jacob do it, Jacob the Israelites, but then they'll still want to mix it with other doctrines and religions. You know, instead of just studying, okay, what this religion is. Okay, we know what this is, right? But instead of just studying, okay, whatever. Okay, I don't understand what that's about. Throw that out. They'll study it to internalize it and put their doctrine into what they got going on. You know, and that's why the scriptures say no one shall want her mate. You know, can't be trying to marry these other doctrines with the truth. Then, you know, it's not just you can't really blame what they do. When Jake does it on such a wicked scale that they can learn nothing but fire. You know, so when you speak about the destruction of Babylon, you know, of course it's the requiem for the Esau and other nations, but of course it's requiem for the other nations, but it's also a destruction and a reinstatement for Israel, so to speak. You know, to cleanse Israel in the spirit, man. Because without it, Jacob just continue to bug out. You know, that's why the apostles always say we've been here in Babylon too damn long. You know, because those are remnants, like you were saying, those remnants of that slave mindset. You know,
that's why the Lord said, "Why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more."
So the only thing left is the purge. And that's what brothers going into that death by pain. That's part of the 2/3 being purged. That fire is a cleansing agent. But Jay gonna get purged. If we gonna get purged, the elect is gonna be brought through the fire.
That's
we get it.
Do you mind if I throw this up real quick? Oh, you should read? Okay, slide.
Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 12, it says the same must know it after death by pain.
And that's when they gonna know they should have turned to the Lord. They should have repented. They should have stopped calling on Jesus. They should have stopped calling on Allah. They should have stopped doing this and that. And can serve Yahweh Shema Shah after they get put to death by pain.
This is well, second chapter 9 and 13. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when.
Don't be giving all your time and energy and thoughts and stressing about whether or not Auntie Shirley and your cousin Pookie gonna make it down the block. Don't be worried about all of that, because we know that all the sinners of the Lord's people is gonna die by the sword. That's a fact. That's a guarantee.
It says, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
That's what all your time and energy should be going to. That's what you should be searching to find out, how the righteous remnant of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered from the destruction to come. Because they're the only ones that matter on this go round.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the 2/3 they about to be cut off, man. This is 2 Samuel 23 and 6. It says, but the sons of Belial, which is the wicked, it says, shall be all of them as thorns thrust away. All right, because in what is that, Isaiah 5 and 6 or 5 and 7, where Israel is the Lord garden. Our thorns ain't supposed to be in the garden. Man. All right, it says they shall be thrust away because they cannot be taken with hands. It says, but the men that shall touch them must be fenced with iron. All right, that's talking about that bow and steel. That's talking about the missiles that's gonna come over here and wipe away the wicked, man, the wicked of our people. It says, but the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron, and the staff of his spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. That's not lake of fire.
I was gonna read this, you made a beautiful point earlier, you know what I'm saying? And the brother, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord said he was gonna bring us to the fight. You know what I'm saying? Meaning what? That we gonna, the elect, Lord, whether we be at that number, we gonna remain. You know what I'm saying? Once the smoke clear. You feel what I'm saying? But 2 parts, they're gonna be burned up. You know what I'm saying? It's 2/3 gonna be burned up. So it says, this is Sirach chapter 23 and verse 27. It says, and they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord. Why? Because we're gonna see the things that's happening to the wicked. We're gonna see the things that happen to those that didn't choose the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah. Like they said, you know what I'm saying? They gonna he said they gonna wish they would have turned to Yahweh Shema Shah. They gonna wish they would have chose the ways of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna have to dwell in those torments.
To fear the Lord is a treasure.
That's right.
Yep, it's a
There you
treasure
go.
to us.
All right. Good.
Good. Okay. This is Isaiah 1. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verses let's see here, 24. It says, therefore said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, all right, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies. All right, and that's going to start with the 2/3, because what the scripture says, what judgment shall begin at the house of the Lord. So it says, and I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away all thy tin. And when you deal with dross is the impurities of the whatever gold, whatever silver, whatever precious metal you burn. So he's gonna get rid of that, right? It says, and I will take away all thy tin, and I will restore thy judges as at the first. And we kind of want to bring it out of the Jeremiah that you brought out. Turn to the old paths. Yep. So it says, in thy counselors as at the beginning, afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness. All right, the faithful city. Yeah, and this is what we're going for. This is what we pray. This is what we hasten the day of the Lord for. You know, to restore Israel.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
In the secret place of the Most High is what? Having faith in Yahweh Shema Shah and having a sound doctrine. Okay, the one and only true name. This is the secret place. This is what's going to protect you in the time to come.
Verse 2, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust.
And that's the mindset of the elect. He said, I will say, he really gave up a shot.
Psalms 91 and 2, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge.
It said, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. That's a confident statement. And only somebody that's going to have faith is going to be saying that within their minds, okay? That's what the scripture says. Be fully persuaded in your own mind. What? That the Lord is a refuge. A refuge is what? Somewhere you flee in a time of danger. You know, when you're getting attacked, you know, when you're being oppressed and things like that. So you got to have faith that you can trust in the Lord in the times to come. Because the devil going to come down with great wrath, knowing that they have but a short time. The wicked of our people, they going to be coming up against us. Yahushua said what? You're going to be hated of all men for my name's sake. So where you going to go in that time? You're going to have to go to having faith in Yahushua. That's why as the brother quoted earlier, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. That's what's going to truly matter and truly count in that time. The fact that we can fear the Lord, doing what He been telling us to do, and having faith.
Psalms 91:2, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust.
You can jump down to verse 7. Because brother just talking about basically how the Lord is about to purge, okay, majority of the nation of Israel, which the ultimate purge is going to be by the fire, the thermonuclear fire, you know, the ICBM missiles, which that's going to be the end result of World War III. In America, all 5,000 square miles is going to be on fire. But leading up to that point, you're going to have a culling, meaning the Lord's going to be killing mass numbers of Jake. And we're going to be witnessing it. We're going to be, you might be side by side. Jake, he can put to death and the Lord deliver you.
Yeah, it says 1,000 shall fall at that. Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's like one
Verse 7.
Psalms 91:7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
And that's a lot of people. 1,000 people. And that's a lot of people. Like it could be any number. You can see 50,000 people. You can see 70 people die, but that's still a lot of people. And to see it happen right before your eyes.
Verse 8.
It's like, and it said, but it shall not come nigh thee. And that's the main point. Because the elect, they're going to be preserved from all of these different dangers. You might see Esau ride around in a Humvee with a gunner on top of it, gunning Jake down. But guess what? You was right there, but you ain't get hit. You ain't get touched by none of those bullets. Why? Because the Lord said, shall not come nigh thee. If you love the elect, you're going to be good.
That's what you're right. That's what it's saying in the second end of the line. He said they're going to be preserved from these same periods. You know what I'm saying? You got it right.
Ezekiel 91 and 8. Oh, sorry. Psalms 91:8. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
And the ultimate reward of the wicked is for them to be set on fire. That's what John the Revelator saw on the island of Patmos in Revelation the 15th chapter. Brother, on the real quick, he saw the elect being beamed up and looking down on America being on fire together.
This is Matthew 22 speaking about the elect being preserved from the set perils. Matthew 24:39 it says. Matthew 24:38 it says, for as in the days the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. What?
So like I was saying, basically going into, because life is still going to be, society's still going to be upheld in certain parts of the world. People still going to have jobs and things like that. They still going to be going to work. But in the midst of that, you might have only one person that get beamed up, but the person that was working next to them didn't get beamed up. And it said earlier in the can you read where you started that? We talking about the days of Noah, because it's a spirit. Because I just seen a comment on something on Instagram. Somebody commented said we need another flood. Why? Because we see a lot of flood-like behavior. People know that some type of destruction is about to come.
Yeah, they can feel it in the air. They just can't pinpoint it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know exactly what it is.
That's why you saw that girl, when the other brother was talking about the other day, the girl, she was like, you know what I'm saying, that eclipse meant something. So what did it cause her to do? It caused her to stab her boyfriend to death, take her children, speed down the highway, throw the 9-year-old out, and she had an 8-month-old. The 9-year-old ended up fumbling the 8-year-old, getting hit on oncoming traffic. You know what I'm saying? There was a 9-year-old girl. The girl lived, and the mama kept driving, drove herself into a tree and killed herself. See what I'm saying? But that's the Lord. That's the spirit that's created for vengeance. The Lord's starting to do a work in the earth. You know what I'm saying? And see, Jake think it's a playground. Jake thought that the glimpse was an ooh and ah moment. You feel what I'm saying? Jake thought that, you know what I'm saying?
It was outside.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, you heard brothers. You know what I'm saying? Our elder brother. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, me myself sitting in the house while people outside. You heard somebody say, damn, bro, that shit scary as fuck. Well, Jake don't know what the fuck fear is yet. That's what the Lord get ready to bring back in the earth, fear. Got it out. Yes.
Vibration in the air.
A lot of people got sick too. A lot of people got sick.
And then right after that, talking about the judgment, there's been all types of that happening in Milwaukee. There's a serial killer on the loose in Milwaukee, chopping up limbs and shit.
Young women.
Right.
He should get caught.
Yeah, well, in New York too, shit. I mean, I don't know, but in New York too, they got them moving over and shit. But I was gonna say, in one realm against another in 2 Corinthians 13. You know what I'm saying? The realms colliding, bro. You starting to see more spiritual activity in the physical plane. People are starting to see more apparitions and different stuff like that.
Yep. You see, and even to talk about the apparitions, that was in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom of Solomon 17:18. They were in that thick darkness. But see, that's the thing. When the Lord delivered us out of Egypt, the Lord kept us from all them plagues. We didn't experience none of them plagues. But the plagues that the Lord bringing this time, Jake getting ready to experience it. You finna walk through it just like the heathen. You feel what I'm saying? We walked out of Egypt unscathed. But because of Jake wickedness, now you got to experience everything that the Lord will protect his people from. By living the right way. By following after him. You got it out.
I'm going to go back up to the days of Noah. This is Matthew 24:37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
So that's how it was. Before the flood came, which Noah was prophesying about, he told him that it was going to happen, okay, regardless of how long he was prophesying about, he said it was going to eventually happen. So it was tarrying, but at the end it spoke. So before that happened, people, they was going around lollygagging, you know, in their wickedness. Okay, it tell you that in Genesis the 6th chapter, how they thought. Every thought of man was evil continually. So it'll be the same thing leading up to the second coming of Yahweh Shah. Okay, people gonna be eating, drinking, giving in marriage. Okay, they're gonna be on OnlyFans and TikTok and this and that. They're not gonna be considering or thinking about the judgments to come. They're not gonna be thinking about repenting until the judgment comes. Like I said, until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and swept them all away. So when the missiles get to hitting, even leading up to that, when the lights go out and people can't access they technology, you know, the AI and things like that, then that's when they gonna know shit is real. Then that's when they gonna know they should have sought the Lord. You got it out.
It's back in Matthew 24:39, it says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
How many Christians call this?
Oh, this is rapture. It says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour the Lord doth come. You know, it's like Scripture said in Matthew 13 chapter. You know, he says to everybody, watch. And the reason for it is because we can see through the prophecy. That's why when you read 2 Ezra 9 chapter, it tells you measures out the time diligently in itself. You know, by seeing the chronology of the prophecy. That's how you measure the time, by events, right? So seeing that earthquakes happen in the earth in diverse places, we see the eclipse happen. You know, we should start to understand that this is the time that the Lord is visiting this place. You know, but like in Isaiah the 1st chapter, the Scripture says that my people does not know, they did not consider. You know, so they don't give a damn. You know, So they're not watching for the second coming of the Lord. Just like niggas back then weren't watching for the flood, man. You know? And that's why it was such a disarray. You know? Oh my God, it's flood now! Just imagine the screen. The angels had to close the door shut, man. You know? For Noah. Imagine what's gonna happen to these people when the Lord starts raining nuclear fire. You know? And even before the nuclear fire comes, you still got pestilence. You got martial law. You got sedition among men. You know, you have all these things that are going to run. These demons that are going to run rampant on the earth, and you're going to see people that are preserved and people that are going to be given up to the judgment. Then, you know, and that's why the scriptures say pray without ceasing. We're supposed to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. We don't end up in the middle of the judgment.
Exactly.
You know?
Because you mentioned 2 Corinthians 13, the realms colliding, so that means that it's a spiritual, it's been a spiritual warfare, but it's more plain now. So how do you preserve yourself from the spiritual attacks that you can now see and so-called, somewhat identify on certain levels? So you have to have the spiritual experience to be able to combat the spiritual things that's going to be taking place during that time. Jacob's trouble is a very spiritual time, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be taking place that's going to be happening on the earth during that time, bro.
So time like Noah.
Exactly. So that's why you mentioned pray without ceasing. You know what I'm saying? That's a spiritual power, that's a gift that the Lord gave us to be able to use during that time. People don't even know how to pray right. They don't know who to pray to.
Yeah, I got the truth.
And he said, woe is me. He said, who will deliver me in those days?
Come on, man.
You know? So I'm not going to look for the ultimate power to protect you from all the hell that you can't even comprehend.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. It says, behold, the days come, and the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. It's like bewilderment. It's like, terrified. You know? It says men's heart stopping. You know what I'm saying? So even if he has a heart attack, it says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
So that's one realm against another, bro. And that's what people see. That's what I'm saying. That's what the prophets is out here, you know, how can you put it? Basically, the prophets is out here warning. You know what I'm saying? Of the greater that's to come. On every level, the greater is coming. That's a lot. That's a lesson. The greater is coming on every level. You know what I'm saying? I got a quick one to go with you guys. It's all right. I always pull it, but it's the last verse I want, but I'm gonna start up. This is direct 34. It's alright. It's Ecclesiastes 34. I'm gonna start at 9. It says, a man that have traveled know of many things, and he that have much experience will declare wisdom. You know, and that's what's going to activate. See, the spirit's going to be activated in the men of the Lord because they've been dancing with the spirit. They've been training with the spirit. They've been subbing, lavishing, making, with the spirit. So we ain't going to be foreign to the spirit, Lord willing, when we need the spirit to work for us in that time, bro. So that's what people is going to be missing. Because right now, people can fake the funk. They can watch the prophets' videos and then will take the information and apply it to their platform as if they came up with it. And then it's going to be a time where it's going to be exposed and you didn't have that spirit at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be the truth. You know what I'm saying?
And they ain't going to have the answer for that.
That's exactly. They're not going to. Then they build a congregation up so when more people follow them and ask them, what we go next? They're not going to have no answers.
They weren't planted, they weren't rooted.
They
You know what I'm saying?
rooted.
So the Lord started to pluck up when you always put it. You know what I'm saying? Everything that the Heavenly Father ain't planted shall be rooted up. You know what I'm saying? Take it out the way.
Matthew 15 and 13 or what my father have not planted.
God, that's it.
This is continuing, Sirach 35 and 10. He that have no experience know little. You see, so if you don't got spirit, the Holy Spirit like experience, you're not gonna know how to call upon these things and activate the spiritual powers that's around you in that time. Man, you're talking to you Israelites, man. talking to you Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It says, shit.
But that's the only understand. Jake is training now. That's what we in the training process. We getting ready for what's to come.
Right. It says when I travel, exactly. When I traveled, I saw many things. Right. That's why I said wisdom and knowledge could be so it should be a stability in that time. In the strip of our salvation. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom and knowledge will be the stability to keep us stable because we've been practicing in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll make reference to one time you dancing with a Latino, like Latino, because it's certain movement at the beginning of time. When you dancing with a Latino chick, she going and y'all going. And it's not nobody looking at the foot. You know what I'm saying? That came from repetition, bro. So now we on one accord. We just moving with each other. That's how the spirit will move with each other.
That's because what? We're gonna need it to meet us in every thought in that time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna work for us. People don't realize the Holy Spirit is gonna be like a navigation system. The GPS is like putting in the address and telling you exactly where to go. That's what it's gonna do in the midst of danger. It's gonna show us exactly where to go and what to do in the most chaotic situations. We ain't gonna have to lean on our own understanding like Jake gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? They got to lean on their own understanding. They gonna have to do whatever got them to that point. That's what they got to rely on.
Yeah, that's like it says, like they put their hand on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a man did people a bear.
That's the results of their own understanding. But when you go to Psalms 119 real quick, like that real quick, you know, Psalms 119 on the clock.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, and verse 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
Bring it back, God.
This Psalms chapter 119, verse 105.
Come on now.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
Come on.
Thy word is a light unto a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path, bro.
Come on now.
Because at that time, we talking about the times that to come, which is the darkest time to ever exist on the earth. So we're gonna need some form of light to see where to go. And that's the word, bro. And we're practicing in that now. So that when we don't have the scriptures on it, we can't pull it out. It's in us, bro. It's not just on us. It's in us and it's on us. It's not just on the ground.
Because that's beautiful. Because what? You know what I'm saying? You're going to see that. Because you're going to see that in the times to come. Because what's really in a man, you really know who a person is when they're in the most dire situations. You feel what I'm saying? Because what's in you, that's what's going to come out. You feel what I'm saying? So if we practicing in the truth, you know what I'm saying? We practicing in the Holy Spirit. That's what's going to come up out of us in that time. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
Go ahead, Doc.
Exactly, bro.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead, bro.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 13, right to the point. Every man's work shall be made manifest, but the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
That's beautiful. I'm glad you brought that out, because I was about to say before you brought it out about the something I said.
Because there it is. It's going to show you. You know what I'm saying? It's showing you what's in the man.
Yeah,
that's what's got to come out.
About the fire. Yeah, because right now we're being purged right now in the fire. You see what I'm saying? And can you bring it back one more time?
1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 13. Every man's work shall be made manifest, meaning clear. Because right now it might be foggy. Certain people might be pretending.
Yep.
Acting like they got the truth. Acting like they solid men of the Lord.
That's Isaiah.
That's
Isaiah 33 and 14.
Yep, kind of
for this.
Yep.
Some surprise.
Yep. And he said what? He said having a form of godliness. You know what I'm saying? They got a form of godliness, but they deny it. Come on.
You know, and that word hypocrite means actor, as we know.
Let's go,
So,
man.
the ones that's been pretending the whole time see, that's what we just talking about. Because the Lord he's forcing everybody's hand. Like, because we were talking about it yesterday about how even the gods that people serve is secret. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord he's exposing everything for what it is. Like it's only right or left, but everybody's trying to be in the middle. The Lord is exposing everything. He's bringing it to the forefront, bro. So he's making everybody choose the God they serve.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? He's forcing your hand, bro. You know, go ahead. I'll finish that.
It says, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
That's like the brother brought out earlier. He said he's going to bring 1/3 through the fire. He's going to bring it through the fire. That's to see where you stand.
They already been proven
Come on.
to stand a certain fire.
I was trying to ask a question. He said, when I come, shall I find faith in the earth?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, And that's gonna be in the elect.
The persecution is
Bro.
The furnace turned at its max. The enemy coming in like a flood, that's the heat turned on like its max. When we're going for governors, that's the heat at its max. But the elect gonna be able to already withstand that heat because they've been going through it already. See what I'm saying? They already was built by the heavens right before the foundation of the earth to endure the flames in the furnace. But then here too, we're manifested in the physical, and we had to practice. So the Lord allowed the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that number. He allowed the elect men to have spiritual dominance in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to allow the elect to get through those times, bro. That's the only way.
Now you good, bro. Zaquan quoted it in the car while we were on our way over here. He said, I pray not for the world in John 17. I pray not for the world, but for them that be in the world. You know what I'm saying? He take us not out the world. You know what I'm saying? But he take us from the evil that be. You feel what I'm saying?
Because it's got to come, but we got to go through it too.
Yep, that's right.
It's a little bit more than that.
You got it. Go ahead.
So I read 34 and 11. When I traveled, I saw many lieutenant gang. He that have no experience, like you, hey, over the side, you get that real experience. Because I don't get to control, because it goes into a lot. Yeah, come on.
I got it. This is the etymology for the word experience. It says observation as a source of knowledge, actual observation, an event which has affected one.
And that's one thing that people of the society don't do. They don't observe, right? They might observe to a degree, but that's just to get by. You know what I'm saying? We're observing to you know what I'm saying, to the reward down the line for the future. They're doing it just to get by whatever they can get by at that moment. See, it's temporary. It's not real. You know what I'm saying?
You said observe?
Yeah.
Like the scripture says, watch. You know?
Exactly.
I say it's all watch.
Exactly.
But when they don't know what to look for and they don't care to see what to look for, they can't watch.
Exactly. So you not is it more there?
Yeah, that's more. And I was gonna say also what observation is applied so that you can learn from whatever you've seen the next time it come around. Especially in relation to this truth, we observe, and when you get put through certain trials and tribulations leading up to Jacob's trouble, you observe how you reacted. You observe what the Spirit was telling you to do, so that next time you come around, you won't fail.
You examine yourself.
Exactly.
The Spirit had you examine yourself.
Exactly. Because not only that, we knew the judgment and when things was intact, right? The green tree, right? And then we should be able to know the judgment happening even more when everything, you know what I'm saying, at its max. Like Apostle Paul said, you're not gonna ask if we're in Jacob's trouble. You're gonna know we're in Jacob's trouble. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Al.
It says experiment, proof, experience. It says a trial, proof, experiment, knowledge gained by repeated trials.
There you go.
That's so good.
Yeah, come on.
Repeated trials.
Bring that last part up.
It says knowledge gained by repeated trials.
Knowledge gained by repeated trials. It says, I die daily. In 1 Corinthians 15. So this is a repeated thing. We got to die daily because the things around us is trying to consume us daily. You know what I'm saying? It said, Matthew 6, our Father prayer, on my daily bread.
Yeah, Michael 2:10. It says,
this is not your rest, bro.
What is it?
It will destroy you with a sword of destruction.
Sword destruction.
I got a very quick precept, really quick. This is Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. You got Jake. No, Jake. One of the problems with Jake is that they don't want to go through shit.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? So they come into the truth thinking that it's gonna be smooth sailing. Now it's 3, 4, 5, 6 years in, and the Spirit really start to try and sup with them. And now
That's what is this property?
kind of. It will torture you. Yeah.
They were trying to complain.
It will torture you by a cricket way. So it tests you. You know what I'm saying? Just like me and this brother was talking last night about certain career fields bros had in the world, and they could go headlong to reach the goal of of some carnal shit. You know what I'm saying? For money or for fame or whatever. But when it comes to the Lord, Jake don't want to take an inch. You know. And then when the Lord come down with minor judgments to correct them, scourges, they don't want to deal with the scourges. I'm tired of being broke.
That's what Paul was talking about.
We had a brother say that shit one time. I'm tired of being broke. Alright, nigga.
They're offended.
Exactly.
Paul said that they do it for incorruptible crown.
So but we're supposed to endure these afflictions like the brother is going into. We're supposed to endure these afflictions. The afflictions and what we endure is gonna make our captain our salvation what? Perfect through suffering. Because Yahweh Shai's salvation this was made perfect through suffering. He's suffering. Why we ain't, what the fuck, Jake think they ain't supposed to fucking suffer? No, this shit got me hot, bro. So like,
no. Because you make me think about
Jake is a bunch of fucking assholes, bro.
Because what you say? You said something about. I think you said something about being made.
Perfect.
Our captain our salvation is being made through suffering.
Because the scripture, right? Because that's what, because the scripture say talk about the carnal mind is death, and all that. So, but that's so cold because the Lord talk about how He was going to be more precious than fine gold. So that's cold in itself because gold is meant to do what? It's meant to get dipped in the fire. You know what I'm saying? It's meant to withstand the fire. You know what I'm saying? It don't get destroyed by the fire. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we out here expressing, like, you literally gold bricks walking amongst you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you would think you would clear into it and become unlike so that you will stand and play. Because Jake complain about this shit all day, every day. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? It's happening anyway.
And that's cool. Because gold is in fire, right? And fire consumes everything.
Exactly.
But what the Lord says, the sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Exactly.
So, like you said, we were created to go through these things.
Exactly. That's why we talk all the time. If you put any other nation in the state of Israel, they will fold. They will bend. They will be overtaken. That's why what happened. They said the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied. We built for the fire. We built for the flame. We grow when we're at our lowest. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset that they never have in that time. They gonna extend and prosper when the world is at its lowest, when it's at its darkest.
And that's why Jake falls out, because Jake hasn't rebuilt their mind out of the world. You know what I'm saying? They still have that worldly mindset. Oh, we're supposed to be at least having money or some type of substance or this, that, and the third. Nah, bro. Remember, we was clear and suffering, nigga.
Exactly. That was my point. Their mind's completely torn from what the punishment is. The punishment is we're supposed to be ridiculed, we're supposed to be destroyed, we're supposed to do all of these things.
Exactly.
We don't get no rest. We only get rest when
that's cool, because what's the saying? The saying is if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how important it is. That's how important it is for us to know our heritage and who we are, because if we know all those things, we know we like, okay, well, why we get here? Why are we here? We start to question, the door open up to other things to be explained and expounded upon.
you understand. That's the main thing. Now you got Jake that's envious, Esau, and envious of everybody else around them, and they hateful towards each other, and they want to be like everybody else. Cars, fame, all that shit.
Scripture says right now. Maybe not thy oppressor.
That stuff coming to us anyway.
Yeah. It's already ours.
It's already ours. Like, bro, you just
sneaked up treasures for the last time.
What's so crazy about it is these niggas do this. What we're talking about, they'll do it for working out. Like,
that's what I was saying. Niggas want to choose their goal to get rich or being famous. Or
right.
whatever.
You already got to do that in the world. It's the same thing here. So why not just do it here and receive the greater reward? You know, the greater reward. That's that. So y'all get that confidence? So it's like there's a lot of meat on this. But I just trying to preach through. It says it's alright 34. and 12, I was oft times in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. What things? The experience, right? The deliverance is going to come through the experience, which is the knowledge, practicing in her love.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I said I was all times in danger, as we are. Even then, we're going to be in more danger. But what? Yet I was delivered because of these things.
Because you done been through similar things in times past. So now you know what to do next time something similar come around. That's why I say I was delivered by these things.
Right. Exactly.
Muscle memory.
Exactly.
But Jake, this on this round, go around. So we got Jake justifying they want what happened in Egypt. So we got victuals, we got resources and different things. But the scriptures say Jeshua wax fat and king. Yeah, we spoiled. We was rich when we left Egypt. This go around, it's pure faith. The Lord is testing our faith to see if it works. And that's what that 40 years in the wilderness is about.
That's why Romans 11:33 tells you, "Oh, the depth of the riches is the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua."
Zechariah 2. I started at and finished what this Quran just said. This because it goes hand in hand. It's matter of fact, read that first.
This is Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 4. And said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, with a multitude of men and cattle therein.
Keep going.
For I said, the Lord will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her.
Right, I think it's above or underneath. I can't remember what's around there, but that's a part of it, yeah. So, you said something about the spoils and all that. The point is that, start, what 3 says?
Verse 3 it says, And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him, and said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, for the multitude of men and cattle therein.
Well, that's cool too, but yeah, because that's cool too. The Lord allowed us to overtook it for a particular time, right? To keep with the other people, so we were spoiled, right? Because all this belonged to us. It was taken from us, right? And then we give it back. So go ahead, keep going.
Verse 5 it says, For I, said the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her. It says, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord.
So yeah, so like that's it's going into the elect, man, because the elect is gonna it said the Lord should be a what around a wall of fire.
Wall of fire.
There you go. That because the fire is either gonna do what? It's either gonna purify you and make you whole, or it's gonna destroy you. See? And that wall of fire right now, it starts with the elect. It starts with the first fruit. That wall of protection, that wall of fire is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and he's around the mind of the elect. All right, because your mind is connected to your soul and spirit. So he's with them as they go to and fro amongst danger, right? So that's the wall of protection, right? I'm gonna finish this. It's all right, 34 and 13. The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live. Y'all was talking about that fear the Lord earlier. It says, for their hope is in him that saveth them, and that's our hope. We know a nigga can't save us, or we know the president can't save us. Nobody, because not your mama can't save for what's about to come. It says, the spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Whoso fear the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom will he look, and who is his strength. Last point, verse. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong state, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling and a help from falling. So that said a lot, man. So it says a defense from the heat. What heat? Jacob trouble, everything that's coming with that heat. You feel what I'm saying? ICBM missiles, all that. It says France, fight, friend, all that, man. That was all the prophecies. And a cover from the sun at noon, because the sun at noon is at its hottest, bro. It's at its hottest. Okay?
That afflicts.
Exactly. So at the time of the greatest affliction on earth,
Find shade.
that's when you find shade. And who's our covering? Shade is a covering. It's a protection.
And the Lord is strong tower.
There you go. So our covering is the Lord. Because we talk about walking in that trust in the shadow of Egypt. Some of our people got the covering of Egypt. They trust in his protection and so forth. But Ezekiel 29 says they leaned upon it and it was pierced. So it stabbed our people and it wounded them. So you can only count on the Lord in that day, man. It's the point. It says a cover from the sun at noon, and a preservation. When you preserve something, it's preserved for a later date. If I put some foil or some wrap around my meat, I'm trying to save it for whatever day later down the line. I'm trying to preserve it. I'm preserving his life. It says a preservation until I'm ready to use it. Right? That's more intimate than me dominating right there. Like if I preserve something, then I get to it. That means I'm
It's a savor.
It's savor. I marinated it. I let it in.
But you can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different anticipation with it than it is if I wasn't just straight into it.
Yeah, well, the scriptures talk about precious fruit for the Lord will wait for it.
Yeah.
I got it. It's James chapter 5, verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and has long patience for it, until he receives the early and latter rain.
The precious fruit of the earth, that's the elect. That's that cluster, that break.
You can't bring it back. Stop.
We are precious. The Lord can't wait. Because the Lord said, it's like, he said we're going to be a joy in his sight. We're going to be a joy. Like it's going to
Smile.
It's going to overwhelm the Lord with joy just to see us flourish. It's like,
It's James chapter 5, verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he received the early and latter rain.
Patience for it until you preserve see the early. That means so like when he was like right. But in John, when the Lord said that this wine he will not drink anew until he drink it with you in the kingdom. So I'm thinking the Lord is literally waiting for the elect to get to the table. He's waiting for the rest of the guests to arrive to the wedding. You know, that's dope. You know, so you have Yahushua waiting on you to get to the table just so he can put a crown on your head. You know.
And it's a process to get to the table. You gotta make up. You gotta get the invitation. You gotta get the right garment. You gotta put it on, and so on and so forth. So it's a process with the elect getting ready for Yahushua to return.
You gotta read the itinerary for the evening. You know, which is the scriptures. You know.
Yeah, talk about the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Being ready for the marriage. You know what I'm saying? He said the ones that's not ready should be cast out to utter darkness. Should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You know. So that like we said, bro, that preparing for the wedding is very important. That's what we're preparing for. The wedding between the bride and the groom and his bride. You know, that's what the secret chamber is. We talk about Isaiah, enter known like secret chamber, but that's the consummation in the spirit between Yahushua and his woman, man. That chamber, you know, he said that's what a man and a woman would do.
God, he said when you be quoted, until his indignation is overpassed. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta realize, like he said, until his indignation be overpassed. Right. So that means he's gonna get intimate with the ones that he loved by protecting them. He damn sure gonna get intimate with the ones he bringing judgment on. Can't lead them out. Lord, because like you was bringing out the word preserve, or you were saying, because what the scripture tell you in what? 2 Peter 2:9. He said, for the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust to the day of judgment to be punished. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord seen us. So like you said, it's the two sides. The Lord set the part. He's setting the righteous aside and he's setting the wicked aside, and they all destined for something. Come on.
I got something. So this is 2 Ezra 5:38. It says, and I said, O Lord that bearest rule, who may know these things, but he that hath not his dwelling with men. As for me, I am unwise. How may I then speak of these things whereof thou askest? Then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people? So you can't understand the love that the Lord has for Israel, you know? None. You know? And you got guys, you know, you got biblical scholars. Oh, why does he still love Israel? Israel hates him. Israel goes off and does other things other God. It doesn't matter. The Lord created his people for him. So, you know, when you create something, you know, like you got brothers that craft oils that make jewelry and things of that nature, you know, that can create art, or that brothers that write poetry and, you know, and stuff like that. When you create something, you have a particular love set for that creation. You know, Jason they claim they love their kids, right? You created your kids, you gonna love your kids. You know, and nobody can take that love away from you if you understand it. You know.
It's Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
An expected end means a future. So the Lord said, he's saying that he wants to give us a future. He knows what he has planned for us, you know? And the thing is, now we have to trust in the Lord, you know? But they say in the Christian church that Jesus take the wheel. Jesus take the wheel. Your ass gonna die. Yeah, take the fight. But hey, we let Yahushua have, over us.
That takes a spirit of meekness. You don't have to go through hell in order to get to that expected end, to get to the promise, you know, the promises, you know, to go back to the last, like Apostle Paul said, Acts 14:22, much tribulation must you enter into the kingdom of the Most High. It's a lot of shit, it's a lot of hell. The fire must be turned up to the max in order for the elect to get to the kingdom. You know, and also that's how the elect gonna get to their pure state. The brothers making mention of the gold and silver, you know, the Lord said he will purge away the dross. You know, in order for the impurities to be removed off those different precious metals, the fire got to be turned up more and more and more. I'm going to read this. In Zechariah chapter 8, in verse 13, and it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
Right, so fear not, let your hands be strong. So we're in the last watch, you know. It says what Isaiah 62:6, give the Lord no rest until he establish you in the earth. So this is the time to stand strong. You know, this ain't the time to, you know, man, I was this in the world, man. You know, just trying to go back to that old, the thing that's gonna be destroyed. This shit is gonna be destroyed. Stand firm so we can, you know, that's all.
I would say because with all the things that's taking place in the world and the things that's about to continue to take place and intensify, there's going to be a lot of things that'll shake you up if you're not in the spirit of the Lord. You know, if you're too worried about the flesh and you're hanging on to mortal thoughts, matter of fact, in the first 2 14, where it say, you start with the house of the Lord. Because later on he said it's going to be worse things than you ever seen happen. That's why you got to get ready now. Gird up the ones of your mind now.
Second.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 13. It says, now therefore set thine houses in order and reprove thy people. It says, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
Yes, and reprove thy people. You know, Jake get offended because we, you know, the doctor, you know, we correct and we reprove. But we were commanded to do that. To be one. That's one of the basic scriptures. Cry aloud, spare not. You got the children of Israel, their sins.
Because see, Jake don't realize that's the one before destruction. You don't realize that Most High is our Father. You know what I'm saying? That's the Father of all spirits. You know what I'm saying? He said in Amos, I think it's the 3rd chapter, he said, of all the families, he only known us for the whole earth. Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquities See, Jake don't realize the Lord is speaking through the men to warn you before the destruction comes. It's just like when you're growing up as a child. Your mama call home and tell you, if you ain't got the dishes clean, you ain't got my house clean before I get there, you don't get your ass whooped. Or your father telling you those things. That's what the Lord doing. He's trying to warn Jake before the destruction comes. Because it's really coming.
Ezekiel 3:17, it's going to say, give the warning for
Time.
verse 14, it says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away thy burdens of men, put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, because that if you holding on to this world, you're gonna be swept away with it. You know? And a lot of people get offended. Like the brother you just said, roughly paraphrasing, but if you ain't got basically the spirit, if you're not in the spirit, you're gonna be moved out of the way. You know? Because if you're not in the spirit, a lot of things that's gonna offend you. You know? People get put to death, you know, women get ravished, you know, that's coming. You know, so if you're not in the spirit, it ain't gonna protect you from those carnal things that's sweeping those spirits that's creating vengeance that's sweeping this place. You know.
Verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
Because in the previous verse it said, let go from mortal thoughts. Mortal basically goes back to death. You know, capable of being put to death. So if you constantly worry about the flesh and things like that, and you're not in the spirit, then you're subject to be put to death somewhere down the line. So that's why you gotta let go from the burdens of man.
Second 14 and 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
Whatever the flesh might, because we in the flesh, so we gonna stress about certain things and whatever, but that's why you gotta cast your burdens upon the Lord. So whatever thoughts might come upon you the most, you gotta try your best to put that to the side. Because that shit, you gonna have bigger things to worry about down the line.
That's right. I got a precept for you. Back up. This is Romans 8 and verse 6. It says, what to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. You know what I'm saying? So like the brother said, you're going to have stuff that bothers you, but you can't be carnally minded about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be steadfast and sure in your how about you now with shot. You know what I'm saying? He said, ye that fear the Lord, go not aside lest ye fall. That's leaning on your own understanding. That's not trusting in the ways of your how about you now with shot. So you can't constantly try to figure out a way for your own self or try to think like, oh, I got to plan. Like, hell no, it's totally not. Especially if it ain't in alignment with the ways of your how about you now with shot.
Preppers, you got niggas that's buying land. They know they Israelites buying land, and they forming up communities with these farmers and all of that stuff. Jacob's really on that. They're really trying to preserve themselves.
That's the carnal mind, which is gonna lead to death. Because that now you set the trap for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That Jake do shit like that, and then when it don't come to fruition or don't pan out how the way they thought it was supposed to pan out, then they bug out about it. Not understanding that it wasn't the will of your high by Shemal shot. That's why Jake, when we get to doing certain stuff amongst the body, we be like, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand it has to match the alignment of the Most High's will.
Yeah, that's because if I can add, because like the Lord is the one that's bringing these things, bro. He's going to be the one that's bringing the plagues, pestilence, and all the things that we're talking about. So how could you prepare without him? If he's bringing it, how can you prepare without him, bro? That's impossible, you know. And that's why you're gonna get consumed, because you thought you could prepare outside against the one that's bringing it. That's dumb, man. You know what I'm saying? Like your parent come home, you know, how can you prepare for a certain ass whipping, bro? He might come, you don't know how he gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah, like he give you instructions, but you ignore them.
Bro.
You ignore them the whole time. You ignore them, and then you expect a different outcome.
Exactly.
You expect, like you hoping that he won't whoop you this time, right? But you clearly not doing what he told you.
I was about to say that, bro.
Like a professor, you got a guy that got a PhD that created this course that you studying. Oh, I ain't gonna listen to him. But then when you fail, why did I fail?
It's the prayer for the talents. Now Lewis, I was a host here, and what do you say? Receiving that which I haven't. Basically, it's like usable. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gives us a talent, but so we're supposed to sow those seeds and multiply and give it to the Lord.
I got that.
Exodus 14, 16. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter."
Nah, it's about to get way worse than what you see now, what you done heard of before. It's about to get way worse. You know, it said, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." You know, this is the time of Jacob's trouble. He shall be saved. God said that he is talking about the elect of Jacob, the elect of the nation of Israel. They're the only one that's going to be delivered. But guess what? To be delivered, we got to be placed in the midst of it. We got to be placed in the midst of that danger. Okay. It said, "Righteous shall scarcely be saved."
I'm about to say that and scarcely goes into danger. He said,
And also, very
We're gonna go to 4.
this 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 16. "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter." Now, I was gonna say that's why you gotta get in the mindset and basically fuck this place, because a lot of things that you may possess, you know, may acquire leading up to Jacob's trouble. A lot of those things can hinder you from salvation, and Esau Edom know that. That's why he allowed Jacob to have access to certain things, just so when he threatened to take him away, he tell you, okay, you're going to get this back if you take the CHIP. You're going to get this back if you $5. He do that because he know that those things will hinder you. So with the Lord telling us, we got to let go of those things now.
Yeah, Con, because the tell you in Peter that the elements shall burn, melt with fervent heat. That's a part of the elements. You know, all the possessions that people uphold and shit, those are part of the elements, man. And everything in Babylon gonna burn, man.
And I got to preach it too.
And people, they didn't spend hundreds of hours a week and so on and so forth just to obtain these possessions, and they'd be damned if they can't continue on with these things. That's why a lot of people have to file down and take the CHIP. And that's the only way to continue to have access to these things.
see, that's the end game. See, that's how the Lord is going to separate everybody, you know, from his elect and everybody that's going to be destroyed. Is that chip?
That's right.
This is Matthew chapter 24, but like what said, you got to be in the spirit of forsaking these things and letting go of these things. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. It says, I'm going to start at 15, going on down. It says, but when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Understand what? The prophecy, the things that the brothers are bringing out and breaking down.
How was he was talking about the time of 70 AD. That was prophesied in Daniel the 9th chapter. But that actually happened already.
Yep. But it says, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. So you can't be looking back. You can't go back. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta be just ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Jake gotta be in the mindset of. Because scripture say what? The captive exile hasteneth to be loose. You feel what I'm saying? So if you hasten to be loose, you understand it ain't nothing here. There's no desires in our place. Our looking is supposed to be towards the coming of Yahweh Shemel. It says
right. Because you mentioned look back. There you go, man. Right, meaning have respect. Don't have respect. That's what that's going into.
Let's go.
On the things that you possess, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be consumed, bro.
Yep.
That's what we telling you. That's the message.
Yep.
And the Lord counts it as pride when you read 2 Ezra 5th chapter.
I'm right. Oh, I'm right there in 2nd Ezra 5. What you look?
It's I think it's Sirach.
Oh, okay.
It's Sirach, the 5th chapter. Because set not thy heart upon thy goods. What do you say? Yeah, it's Sirach.
What you say?
Set not thy heart upon thy goods and say not I have enough of my life.
Woo!
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
So the Lord take that shit as pride. So
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? Leaning on your substance.
Yep.
And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. I gave you the substance.
Yep. And it's,
I gave you wisdom to get the substance.
bro, and see, and that's what's gonna lead it. That's what's gonna go. It's gonna result in their ruin. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture tell you in Proverbs the 1st chapter that he gonna cause them to eat the fruit of living after their own way. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they despise him. Now, it says, listen, I'm about to keep reading, brother ain't got nothing. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 18, it says, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. It says, and what, Salaki, and that's the point. You know what I'm saying? You can't go back to them things that's in the, you know what I'm saying, in the world. You feel what I'm saying? All hell break loose. You can't be worried about the possessions that's in the world. You saying you gotta be able to be ready to be on the run. The Lord said we could be a pilgrims upon the earth when all this shit go down, when all these things start to take place. We can't have no ties and no connections to the things that are in this place.
That's why. Oh, no, I was about to say 70 AD, like the brothers.
Yeah.
That's the template. That's the history. You know what I'm saying? And when the Romans came, they decimated everything. They destroyed the temple. They took all the resources, all of that. And then they held Jacob in Masada. They fortified around Masada.
And see, that's what Jake don't realize. That's what these motherfuckers get ready to do again. He said, no new thing done under the sun. He said, for the devil has come down to you have a great wrath because he knows he have but a short time. Why? Because he's being revealed. The man of position is being revealed. His curtain is being lifted up. All the lies are coming out. You know what I'm saying? That's why they want to ban these social media outlets, TikTok, everything. Why? Because the truth is starting to flourish. It's been flourishing since upper business. He was seeing our apostles and elders, but it's roaring through the earth. It's tearing everything up. So guess what? Now he like, man, we got to do something. Like the brother said the other day, we was doing a lot. The C367, they doing all these things. The sanction what? They trying to sanction the truth. They trying to stop the mouth of the prophets, but not understanding this. People say, what? You can't do nothing against the truth, only for the truth.
This is Haggai 2. I'm gonna start at 5. The point is at 8 though, but I'm gonna start at 5. That's crazy, I was saying. According to the word that I covenant with you. God started at 4. Yet now be strong, O Zerubbabel, said the Lord, and be strong, O Joshua, son of Joseph. It says, the high priest, and be strong, all you people of the land, said the Most High, and work, for I am with you, said the Lord of hosts. Right, Lord of hosts means Lord of armies. You know what I mean? Yahweh Tazabah, Tazabawath, right?
And that's during the time that they was rebuilding the second temple.
Right.
That's what you had heathen coming up against them. That's why he said, be strong, all you people of the land, said the Lord, and work. So meaning, okay, you got all these heathens coming up against you. You gotta still do. You still gotta work and rebuild the temple. And it's the same thing in relations to us in these latter days. We were building this spiritual third temple, and you got a lot of heathens. You even got our own people coming up against us. But we don't fear. Just tell you that, fear not the incredulity of them that trouble thee and that speak against thee. You know, for all the unfaithful shown down there unfaithfulness, we still coming out here. In times to come, we still gonna prophesy to the face of governors, brothers that fall into their lot, and so on and so forth.
And it said, Haggai 2 and 5, according to the word that I covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt, so my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not. Right, and the Lord is with us even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because this is new Egypt, right? You know, the spiritual Egypt and many other names. But the Lord is going to deliver us again, right? It's out of the new Egypt. All right, and it says, for thus said the Lord of armies, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land, right? So it was for a little moment, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with the glory, said the Lord of hosts. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, said the Lord of hosts. That's the point. So like here you got these niggas storing up different things. You mentioned preppers and all these. All of it belongs to the Lord, man. It ain't nothing you gonna be able to like, look, Lord, I'm gonna give you this to buy my salvation or give me. No, bro, you can't give the Lord nothing, man.
Well, I got it right here. Then the day of wrath. Oh, I got
it. You can't like ransom anything for the Lord to save you or something like that.
Yup. You have something for that?
This is real quick. This is Luke 12 and 16. It says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. You had that? It says, and he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods.
See, and it's a precept in 2nd UIC.
I got UIC.
You see him?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's how UIC. They love it. But that's funny.
That's crazy. That's the first time we've seen a raw pass here.
Yeah.
Like every. Me.
They're trying to fight.
But yeah, it says in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, around the 40th verse, it goes into how the Lord it say if you build more, the more I be angry.
Yeah.
So the Lord is angry when you talking about building, when you talk about sin. No, the Lord is about the as like the reconnaissance mission coming to save us.
Oh, that proves that he have the mindset of the Edomite. He says, those I'll build, I will tear down. That's what the Edomite does. You know what I'm saying? He thinks it's going to continue forever. You know what I'm saying?
It says, and I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years.
So you think you saying to yourself, your soul, like trusting in yourself.
Paul told Timothy, he said they supposed that gain is godliness. He said that man, he was already rich, then he had got an increase. He like, then what I'm gonna do with all this? Matter of fact, I'm gonna build more storage so I can get even more.
Right. And then you think about Yahweh Shah when he was talking to the young man in Matthew 19. One of the things he told him, he said, I'll keep the laws and all that. And he said, sell your possessions. So that's what he said. Sell your possessions and follow me. He said, if you want to be perfect. Trying to show he still wasn't perfect.
Because he didn't want to suffer.
He
gave up all his money. He ain't got to suffer.
He received his consolation.
That's why the Lord said, really, a rich man entered into the kingdom of heaven. You know?
Yup.
It says, take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said to him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall these things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High.
Yeah, it says store up your treasures in heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be you gotta have a spiritual bank account, man. So when it's time to retire, you know what I'm saying, go on that real vacation, you know what I'm saying, you can cash in, man. That's what we doing. We storing up our treasures in heaven, man. The fruits of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? We about the fruits of the spirit, man. And the heavenly things that the Lord requires us, man.
That's why I say this. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. You could be increasing physically, you know, you could be running up the bag and so on and so forth, going on vacations, but your ass really wretched and poor. Like how I told one of the 7 churches of Asian Minor. And then it said, there's that maketh himself poor, meaning you're willing to sacrifice those carnal things, those spiritual, like those carnal things for spiritual things. It said, yeah, have great riches. What is the great riches? It's truth, okay? And our investment in the kingdom to come, because here we have no continuous city, like the scripture says.
Exactly, because this place has an end. This place has an end. We seek one to come. You know what I'm saying? Right, an expiration. Expected end. A sure destruction, like y'all quoted earlier. I got one real quick. Isaiah 2 and
That's cold.
Come. Isaiah 2 and let me see. Let me just go down to all right, let me I'm gonna start at 17. What's up, homie? I want to just breeze through it, man.
No, you good. No, you good.
Isaiah 2 and 17.
Talking about substance.
Right. And it says, in the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low.
See, and people are proud because they got this material world. They got all, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Lord, he's the ultimate pride killer.
Right, and then pride is when one depart from his maker.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So he said he's the ultimate pride killer. You know?
And pride is the gateway demon.
Yeah, man.
You get pride from all the other demons. Chop right on. It's the pride demon.
See, like you know what I'm saying, just back on what brothers were saying earlier, because that's what the purging and the purification being brought through the fire and the fleece is for. It's to cleanse us of that pride, to cleanse us of selfness, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that we're making ourselves and our lives a living sacrifice to Yahweh Shem. So what is he doing? He's bringing us low. He's humbling us, you know what I'm saying? That's all that purification process, that's a humbling process as well. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake got to get out of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Paul said, that's why brother quoted earlier. Paul said, I died daily. You feel what I'm saying? Why? Because you know what I'm saying? Now you're a prisoner to Yahweh Shai. You ain't doing your time like Jake do their time for themselves. No, you doing the time for Yahweh Shai. Why? Because we sin against them.
Right. It says, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is for the brother because he said basically it brings that humility. and their lowliness. So this is Psalms 34:18. It says, the Lord Yahweh is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
That's right.
That's who the Lord comes to save. That's what the scripture said. The meek shall inherit the earth.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
When you go to that word contrite, it goes into being crushed, being afflicted. Understanding that we sent her to be punished.
Right. Right. It says Isaiah 2:17, and the loftiness of man should be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man should be made low, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai alone should be exalted in that day. And that's what it's coming down to. Because everybody, that's what it's about to get ready to say, go into. Because everything in this life has become a form of worship. It's become a God. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is coming to declare His only one true power, man, on the earth. Right? That's what all this is, it's getting ready to be exposed, and that's what's being exposed. That is only one true power that's orchestrating both sides, man. That's orchestrating this whole movie. It says,
Everything is God. You said everything is God, right? I was just watching a news earlier. They statue Allen Iverson. They created an idol of him, and he went and he kissed him.
see?
Like, fucking nigga.
Yeah. That's bugged out, bro. Everything in this fucking life becomes a idol, man. A form of worship. Your car, your children, your clothes, nigga, your toothbrush. Niggas got all type of things that they worship. They got
You're wearing Nike, you're wearing the guy's picture.
I mean, doesn't stop, man. Like, and the Lord is, he fed up, he tired of this, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, it was second Ezra's phone, not moving or stirring until the said measure be fulfilled. The Lord we reaching the fulfillment of all this madness, man. It says Isaiah 2:18, and the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth.
See, that's how you know he gonna pull up with that angelic power he ain't never seen.
He said, I would not meet thee as a man. Because last time he came as a man, you plucked his beard and put thorns on his head.
See, that's why he worked. That's why he worked in all that praise. Because he passed his life, he put his life in your hands, basically. We're not paraphrasing, he gave his life to you.
Yep.
But he didn't have to. He had the power. He didn't have to, but he did.
Well, he reaches the angels down to destroy the world.
The scriptures talk about, because the scriptures say what? He humbled himself. You know what I'm saying? He humbled himself.
Right. Exactly.
He had to humble himself to, you know what I'm saying? That's a humblest thing. So you do some things and you ain't got to.
That's what I'm about to say, man.
The scripture says there's no greater love than he that laid his life down for his friend.
That's what I'm about to say.
I see it.
Come on, man. You with me, man. You with me, man. Like, yes, man. Like, no greater love than that, man. He gave his life up for his friends. He said, you no more call me master, but friend.
Yep, that's right.
You know?
Yeah, because we know what the master doing.
Exactly, bro. We know the secrets. You know what I'm saying? And it says,
Service the prophets.
come on, man. Come on, man. Finishing this out, it says Isaiah 2 and 19 and 20. And that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. And right, they made these things a form of a god, man. You know, and he said they should cast like idols of gold and idols of silver into the streets, meaning that it's gonna be worthless in the day when it comes to receiving. Y'all good. When it comes to receiving salvation. You feel me?
Y'all famous. It's going in history.
It's real talk, man. So with that, man, got anything else?
Let me read this one, brother. Zephaniah 3:18. It says, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee to whom the reproach is to whom the reproach it was a burden.
Yeah, the reproach was us going into slavery, the judgment. And
it says
it was a burden, but for most Israelites it ain't a burden.
It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that altered and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And
Right, because everybody got the fame now. We was willing to take the load through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel, of course. We was willing to take it and took the load. So everybody got their consolation now. They received the fame. You see, but it's a temporary thing. That's an end to it.
Zephaniah 3. That's right.
That's right.
In Zephaniah 3:20, it says, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, says the Lord.
There you go. So yeah, so the Lord gonna turn back our captivity, like it said in Jeremiah 30, man. I will restore health unto them, unto thee, you know. And that's what you see. This is the kingdom of heaven. This is what we're gonna be doing in the kingdom of heaven. It's living holy, living separate from wickedness, living in righteousness, doing the things that righteousness contains, which is things that contain to immortality, man. That keeps life going, man. So we're seeing it at the first glimpse of it now, and soon come you will see the full manifestations of the glory of the Lord, man. So Lord willing, this is edifying. We'd like to give all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship to
Yahweh,
double honors to our apostle, elders, and bishops, great millstone, rule well, teacher of sound doctrine, and strong shalom to the hopeful elect. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.
Go on, y'all, shalom.
Shalom.